Welcome to the Hidden Driveway Show. I'm your host, Amu, and then joining me today we have a very special guest, Departed. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm Departed / Nick. Yeah.
Hello, Nick/Departed. It's very nice to talk to you on this lovely Sunday morning today. Oh, this won't come out on a Sunday though.
Well, they'll know it's on a Sunday because it's a beautiful day outside, and it's a Sunday, and it's a Sunday morning.
That's very true.
Yeah. Because it's Sunday.
It is, and there's sun and it's day.
And it's sun, and it's also day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, to get us started, is there anything that you would like to talk about? Is there anything on your mind right now?
I'm trying to think of what I'm going to do today because I don't have work, but it's also like Sunday. It's a chill day.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally woke up an hour ago because I was out till like fucking 2 in the morning doing side quests and shit. But every day's a new day. That's that. Okay. What's on my mind right now? To answer your question, my friend Sean told me this. Life is Roblox. Yeah, that's on my mind.
Do you think that's a true statement?
I think it's a true statement when you're trying to thug it out through something. I think that's a very nice thing to have in your vocabulary.
Mm-hmm. I know in Florida, Survive the Disasters is probably a very applicable Roblox game for you.
Wait, what? Living in Florida? Wait, what was the question?
No, because they got Survive the Natural Disasters.
Oh yeah, I fucking love that game. Actually, that's the only game I play on Roblox.
No, I was like the Virus Vixen one where it's like where they have the house.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really play Roblox except when I'm with friends.
Mm-hmm.
And the only game that I know off the top of my head is Natural Disaster Survivor and Nico's Xbox. Those are the only two games that I would play by myself in my free time if I wanted to play Roblox.
Okay, so it's good I brought up the first one then, because I guess we're just tapped in like that.
Yeah, that's just like normal like game that you can just casual. It's like casual gaming. You could literally just stand still and you have the possibility of winning. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
To talk about your music though, so going into this interview, I knew you loved your beats for other artists, but I admittedly had not tapped into your solo work yet. But I've since done that, and you've quickly become one of my favorite artists at the moment. Because whether you're rapping or you're making rock music or you're creating some of the bounciest dance music I've ever heard, there's just so much good stuff that feels like you can really make like anything you want, which I feel like is what some of the best artists, or like some of my favorite artists, can do. So
yeah.
How do you first get into making music, and then who are some of your biggest influences for it?
All right, I'm gonna digest this question. How did I first start? It was in 7th or 8th grade, and my friend Joey, he was like going around school being like, "Oh, I'm dropping this album, and it's gonna be the greatest fucking album ever." And whenever we'd ask for proof, like he'd make like cover art, and whenever we'd ask him like if we could hear the songs, he'd be like, "No." And we all knew he wasn't working on any songs, and so he would like postpone it like so many times where it became like a joke. And it was like, "It's dropping on Valentine's Day. No, it's dropping in the summer now. Album delayed. It's dropping on Christmas." And we're like, "Okay, bro." And so I was beforehand already like interested in vaporwave. I was going through like my vaporwave era and like everything vaporwave. And at that time, I only had the family Mac, the big old family Mac computer. And so it had a GarageBand on it. So I'd open it up and I would just like fuck around and try to learn shit. And I would try to make vaporwave on the Mac until I realized I could also make beats. and I'd make these really shit butt beats, but it was enough so that I could get some interesting results. So me and my friend Rome, he came over one day and we're like, dude, let's make a diss track on Joy right now because he won't drop shit and we can make this shit in less than an hour. And so that's what we did. We made a beat on the spot, a really shitty beat because it was like I did not know like anything about mixing. I just knew where to put the drums
Mm-hmm.
and grab a simple loop off looper, man, and just fucking made this really stupid fucking beat. And then we did like this meme rap over it, just dissing our friend. And that's how like that's basically the fucking canon event is when we made that first song. Cause then I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep making beats, and then it's kind of like an incline. You just keep getting better the more you practice. I didn't try rapping for a fat minute though until like during quarantine, and that's when I was I was making beats on my iPad during quarantine because I like accidentally bricked the fucking loud ass dog. I bricked the fucking Family Mac because I think I like pumped it up with too much shit because I was getting better at producing and I was like getting VSTs, but like
Mm-hmm.
I was also realizing how expensive everything is, and I was also like trying. It's hard being a gamer while having a Mac because you want all these games and all the leaks and cracks are in like .exe and you can't open them shits because it's like you have a fucking Mac
No,
and I'm
plus
like,
there's the
bruh,
whole like the 64-bit rule now. Like I lost like half my Steam library because of that. I just can't play those games
there's a
anymore.
64-bit rule now.
Yeah, no, they make it so you can only open games that are 64-bit on Mac. So like I can't play like Portal anymore or anything like that.
What? Holy fuck. I'd be fucking destroyed if I couldn't play Portal anymore. That's like the only game I care about. That's like the only game I care about. And if they fucking took that shit away from me, I'd send one long email and a bomb. But I digress. Back to the question. Yeah, I ended up pumping up my Mac full of like shit and like it would just like crash and like be like really slow. So my parents were like, don't use it anymore. And I'm like, okay. So they just fucking system wiped in whatever. And my beautiful cracked version of Logic was gone forever. But I also got an iPad at the time. So I was making beats on iPad during 2020. And instead of like making beats, I was also getting into like this other app called Koala Sampler. And so I was like going in between two of them, I was just trying to make good shit off an iPad because it's hard to make good shit off an iPad.
Mm-hmm.
But that's when the creativity kicks in. You really gotta like, you gotta like figure out how you want the shit to sound. And it's like it sucks because that shit barely has like 32 megabytes of storage. So I'd have to like really like figure out ways to like fucking manage space and all that shit. But I made it work. I got a few placements off some iPad beats. I was able to like drop mixtapes and shit like that. I think they might be still up on YouTube. Pretty much anything like just anything from 2020 is like made on an iPad. If it sounds like it was, then it probably was.
Okay, well I couldn't tell when I was looking into it, so
Okay, then that's a good indicator, I guess. But yeah, that's like the whole. There's the Nexus event, and then the other Nexus event, and then I just got a laptop, and I was like, finally, a laptop, a Windows laptop, and I can like get Ableton now because I was listening to a lot of knowledge, and he uses Ableton, and honestly, Ableton looks easier than FL because I think I was also watching The Cave, like Kenny Beats, that whole series he had,
mm-hmm.
and he uses Ableton. And at that point, I've seen so many Ableton videos, I might as well fucking know Ableton inside out. So that's what I did. I just fucking got Ableton. And I only had Ableton Lite because I didn't know where to get a crack. I don't think I was like crack heavy. I was just like, oh, that sounded crazy. I meant to say like, I wasn't that very like pirate heavy. And so I would only know where to fucking get cracked games and shit, but I never knew where to get like DAWs and shit. So I was using Ableton Lite for like half a year, and I made one good mixtape with Ableton Lite. I have like a little project called Florida Beta Cook that used to be on Spotify, but I got taken down because I think it was on another account and it hadn't paid. I don't know. I kind of don't care that it got taken down. I don't really like it that much, but yeah, that's the only good thing I made with that. And then I figured out a link for the normal Ableton suite, the highest one, the one that gives you all the cool shit. And I was like, okay. And I've just been using that since then. And then what was the other question? It was like how you started making music.
And then like I guess your
Oh,
influences because you've done so
yeah.
many different styles.
I'd say the timeline of my influences starts with vaporwave, as of all things. The vaporwave is like the fucking genesis, and then from there it goes to Cardi, and then from there it went more into like Tyler. When I started making beats on an iPad, I kind of like I was just more of like trying to figure out how to make sounds rather than copy sounds. But from there, it moved on to knowledge, and then I got heavy into 454, and then from there, it's like I like started tapping it a lot more with different and just finding my own sound. But I think, yeah, people that influenced me, that like the most recent influences that started helping me make music, Dorian, and Quinn. I heard this one song that Dorian, Tropes, Miami have, and I was like, okay, I should start making beats for like other people now, because like this shit's crazy, and like I want my shit to sound like this. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's why I started making beats, like actual beats, because I'd make beats and I'd just like put them onto like beat tapes and compilations on my own shit. But I would never explored into like sending beats to rappers or like sending out beats. That shit has never crossed my mind. So when I heard that song, I was like, I have to start sending out beats because it's like I got too many ideas that I want to push out. And then Quinn dropped. Well, no, actually, I've been listening to Quinn, so it's like I would just take notes. I'd be like, how the fuck did she make this sound? And then I'd try to like run my own rendition of it. Yeah, that's pretty much who influenced. Nowadays, it's just like nowadays though, because nowadays I've just been a lot more involved with the band I'm in,
Mm-hmm.
and we've been listening more to like the Help. Honestly, we've been on the fucking Help grind, and like we've just been on that wave, and we like listen to their shit. And we're like, how the fuck do they make this? We gotta like figure it out and get to the bottom of this. The Help and like East Tumor. East Tumor is also like a big influence, but that's pretty much it. The Garden too. There was a fat minute I went to this Enjoy show because I wasn't too big on the Garden and like their whole like universe, but I went to this Enjoy show and not knowing anything, like I only know like one or two songs, and that shit kind of like low key changed my life because that shit was fire as fuck, and I was able to get all the way up to the front. Like I was basically in front of fucking Wyatt, and like I was able to just like he was like his feet were like right in front of my face, and I was just like looking up, and I was like, not even his feet, because the venue stage was like really short, so I was like probably like in front of his knees type shit, but like just the joint of his knees, so it's not too weird.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was the whole thing, and then after that, I got home and I was like, dude, that shit was crazy. How the fuck? And so I got more into their discography and the way they make their music and like how unique it sounds. And I wanted that bass tone so badly, but I only had a fucking like hand-me-down guitar that was like $80, and it's like one of those like shitty starter ones that don't sound that good. But I made do with it, and I made some songs with it, and then I have a better guitar now. I have a fucking Telecaster, awesome guitar. I won't be needing that open anymore, but that did get me somewhere. Yeah, that's like all the influences I can think of right now. Yeah, that's all the influences I can think of as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no, actually, My Bloody Valentine, bro. That's like I got into them like 3 4 months ago. Yeah, pretty much. I have lots of. It's hard to say who influences me because honestly, it's like a collection of things. It's like one big melting pot.
Yeah.
I like nitpick on who I want to like listen to a lot and get influenced by. It kind of goes in phases too. Because before it was The Help, it was My Bloody Valentine. Before My Bloody Valentine, it was probably I think it was The Garden, and then I kind of just like pick one thing to hone in on, and just like study and like fucking just really take it all in, and then I try to do my best into like getting a sound that I like using tactics that I've like learned. So I hear something and you can like kind of be like you can kind of like figure out how it was made, or like if you don't know you can probably just search it up, and like just like production techniques that like are unheard of and like not done that often. But yeah, that's I just try to use it in my music once in a while. But yeah, that's my influence.
Mm. Would you say that JPEG Mafia is one also? Because I saw you were in some like JPEG Mafia like fan Discord server compilation from like a few years
Oh
ago.
my god, dude. Yeah. I completely forgot about that. No, yeah, JPEG Mafia too. Honestly, yeah. That goes after Tyler in that whole chain of events. Because I got into JPEG like in 8th grade. And I think the first song I heard was probably N Calvert, whatever the fuck it's like pronounced. That whole like the one off fucking veteran. That kind of just that's the one that blew him up. But also I forgot to mention Brockhampton. I'm not gonna lie. Brockhampton was like the shits for me in middle school. Like I don't think there's a bigger Brockhampton fan than me. I'm the last Brockhampton fan.
The
'Cause
last one.
I'm the last Brockhampton fan because everyone's gonna be like, yeah, the that shit's old, man, and I'll be like, I pull out my Reticence vinyl and I'm like, remember your roots, remember your roots.
That's their best album too, in my opinion.
It is, it really is, but no, like I was just being a little jitling and like following their rollout from their Reticence because I got into them like right after Saturation 3, but before Reticence, I was there for the Amir stuff. I was there, no, not even there. I got into them like a few days after the Amir stuff, so it was a bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
And just like seeing them roll out since them, and getting that RCA money and all those cool shit, like I was like, these are my goats. These are my goats. And like watching interviews with like Saturation 1 and 3 and like yeah, JPEG Mafia and Brockhampton. I forgot to mention those. Probably because I don't listen to them that much. I just like haven't taken influences from them. Like JPEG, like I haven't really been caught up with the JPEG stuff. I don't really like listen to bro anymore. It's like doesn't catch my attention. It's kind of fucking whatever. But things come and go. JPEG Mafia obviously goad. That was it. Those are my influences.
No, I feel that like Tyler was like my favorite artist in like when I was like a freshman in high school. I listened to him like literally every day. And then when
Yeah.
Chromacopia came out, I listened to it like twice, and I have no desire to go back to it. And that's not because I don't like it, but I'm just not in that like mood anymore.
Exactly. Like, bro, I was listening to Chromacopia. It was the week of Chromacopia, and the week before is that a lot of people were dropping that I listened to. It was The Help was dropping, The Garden, Tyler, and Lil Uzi was dropping Eternal Take Two, I think. It was like between those 2 weeks. And out of those 2 weeks, literally it was just The Garden and The Help that like actually like
Like stuck with you.
I heard and I was like, wow, this is good music. Cause then I heard Chromacopia and I was like, what the fuck is this, man? Like what why? Come on, man. I actually no, cause I was actually like I was hyped up, man. Like I was like, okay, wait, this actually might sound good. Cause I hated Real Estate. I didn't like the album
What the estate
whatsoever.
sale? I like that. That's like I don't know. I just like because it's like really happy overall. So I like it for that.
I mean, I guess. I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but like, honestly, like, I low key hate that album. Like, I wish he never dropped that. It kind of ruins his discography because, like, how you drop that after making Igor, and it's like, ah, it's boring. But I digress. And then Chromacopia dropped, and it's like, okay, it's at least it's not Real Estate, but you kind of didn't even like try, I guess. Like, it just sounds like someone put through an AI, just like Tyler the Creator type music. Like it just sounds like a bunch of B-side songs. I'm not gonna lie. Even the songs that I liked, Sticky. I liked Sticky, but like I I can't listen to that because it's like it sounds like a Coca-Cola jingle. Like it just sounds like a fucking like Target ad. Like, bruh, he's like yeah, he kind of lost his aura for me. I kind of don't care anymore about Tyler and the Uzi too. His Eternal Take. That was like okay, whatever. But yeah, that was pretty much it.
hmm
That was my little rant.
I liked the album, but my thing was I liked all the like slower, more like introspective tracks, and I didn't care for any of the banger ones like at all. It's like I don't want to hear you doing this like on this project. So it like
I
took
mean,
me out
yeah,
of it whenever he did it.
don't get me wrong. I liked some of the instrumentals. Like I really fuck with the Hey Jane beat or whatever that song's called.
Yeah,
But other than that, like I don't know, it just doesn't hit the same. Like you can make it sound as pretty as you want, but like it just doesn't scratch a musical ear. And bro, I really tried because I literally just like I was in New York for those 2 weeks. Well, not those 2 weeks, but like in between when all those like shits were dropping, and I would literally just put on my headphones, walk to the station, and then hop on a 2 hour train, and I would just listen to the album, like just front to back, and I would try it in the background too, because people are like, "This isn't the album you listen to. You sit down and listen to you do other shit," and I'm like, "Okay, I did both," and it's like not really appealing. I mean, yeah, it sounds nice, but it just doesn't. It's not changing. Like it doesn't. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't really sound unique either. Cause like I'm not gonna lie, people can like already bite Tyler's sound. Like you can already tell when something sounds like a Tyler beat, and that's kind of what happened. I don't know. It wasn't as unique as I thought it was gonna be. But whatever, opinions and whatnot. Opinions.
yeah. No, I do kind of agree with that though. There's certain parts where it felt like he was like trying to be Tyler the Creator instead of it just feeling like his music, if that makes sense. Like whenever we had like a
Yeah, like
random break of like pretty chords, it didn't feel as like
no,
natural, I guess.
exactly. Every Tyler song now is just like pretty build up and the beautifulest breakdown and all these chords and shit, and then epic beat rap drop, and then a nice little drum break, and it's like boom, it's like a Tyler song. I'm like, okay, man, he's kind of getting too deep into this pattern, into his little formula, because that happens. It's happened with me where like I get comfortable with like getting into a pattern, and then everything just ends up sounding the same, and nothing really changes, and it just kind of deteriorates every time because you speed up the process. It's like you're just making the same shit, and every time you make the same shit, it gets worse because you're not even trying like on how can you make this sound unique or different. You're just like, okay, let me just do what I did on the last time, and let me do it as fast as possible so that I can get this out the way. It's like, no, dude, that's how you make it sound like shit. But yeah,
Would you say that's why you make so much like different kinds of music then?
I like making different kinds of music because I just like being versatile in general. This also goes as part as like influence. Childish Gambino, I think, is the versatility goat because he can really do anything. And some people like know, and some people will hear me and then say that, and they'll be like, "You're bullshitting," and I'm like, because they don't see it. They don't see how versatile he is. Like, yeah, sure, maybe that new album he dropped was fucking dick, or like, yeah, maybe he doesn't have that many fucking good shit, but like, I'll give credit to where versatility is, and like that guy can make his own beats, can rap, can sing, makes his own shows, fucking screenwrites and acts. I ran out of fingers, but he can, and he like codes too, and like he has a handful in everything, like also in genres too, because he can fucking rap and also like make some shit like some like awaken my love shit. Like, dude, what the fuck? That guy's the master of all, bro. Like, and that's what I try to be. I just want to make sure I'm like okay in every genre, because like I could have easily just stick to one thing my whole life and ran with it, but that really doesn't open as many doors as like, oh, I'm in a band, but I'm also fucking making beats and shit. Like, yeah, I just like being versatile because it just opens up more opportunities and like more learning lessons. And like sometimes you can kind of like cross blend in between genres and shit. It's cool. Yeah, that's pretty much why I like making different types of music.
Mm-hmm. And on the topic of more opportunities, so when artists start making music online, they usually feel kind of isolated from what's happening in their area around them. But I feel like you've managed to kind of get rid of this issue because you're very involved in the Miami scene. Because you do a lot of like you've done several shows here, and you also do like DJ sets for the community radio there.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on the importance of participating in your local scene? And then, what are some of your favorite concert experiences that you've had, just like in Miami?
Like concert experiences that like I've done, or like just like shows I've been to in general in
Like either
Miami.
or.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it's important to be tapped in with your local scene because like the internet can only get you so far. And honestly, the best way of like meeting or like getting fans quickly is just like meeting people and just like being tapped in. The whole reason why I got tapped in into like the music scene here, because I was just, bruh, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fucking introvert. And like, I don't like social places, and I don't like fucking being places with like a lot of people unless it's for, like with I'm with my friends and shit like that. But if I'm alone, you will never catch me at like a function alone. But the whole reason why I got tapped in the first place was because I met Heartstopmiami. That's like the nexus event of like chill, because we both went to the same school. She was just like a grade higher, and like we never even spoke throughout like the 4 years there. We only spoke on like the last like few months before quarantine hit. I'm pretty sure, or was this after? I'm not sure now, but yeah, no, yeah, this is after quarantine. Yeah, it was like I met Heartstop on in school, and then I just hit her. I'd be like, "Oh, I also make beats. I've heard your shit." It's like I make beats too. Let me try sending out some beats, and then from there, it just kind of goes up because I start getting better at making beats because I was sending her some hot ass, and then I started getting better. And you know, I met this other producer who also was in the soul hop scene that I was doing on my iPad, and then they also made beats for Heartstop, and they kind of go. I was like, okay, everything's like a big web, and from there, I was just like determined to like push out my shit more in person. I was into making CDs. Like there was a moment where like I'd make cassettes and CDs, handmade because they would sell blank cassettes in Walmart. So I'd just like buy like two blank cassettes for like $2, and then I had a tape recorder, and I would just connect like my laptop to my tape recorder, and I'd just like record shit, and then I'd make the cover on Photoshop and then print it out at the library, and that's some like easy money because at first it started off like, oh, I can make my own like cassettes now, and then it kind of like I was just making bootlegs. Like I just started making bootlegs for people at school. I was like, yo, I remember this one friend wanted a fucking Logic album on cassette, and I was like, okay, $8. They gave me $8, and I just like made that shit, and I had like a little business going on. But then they stopped selling fucking blank cassettes at Walmart, so that kind of just killed my whole business.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, bruh, I didn't even get to sell any of my shit because like I don't know how to ship shit. Like I would have merch, but I don't know how to ship stuff out, which I should really get into. But I have I have merch. Like I have. It's just like I sold it all in person. I know some friends out there have like early shit from like 2023 or two on cassette. But yeah, and so doing that helps a lot too because I met these two cool friends. So they're not friends, but like at the time, we went to this skate park that was doing this like little market thing, and I went there with my bro Joey, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring this cassette, and I'm just gonna give it to whoever's DJing, and see if they really fuck with it. And these two DJs that were playing, they go underneath one stage named 619, and so I was too much of a pussy to go up to them, so I had my friend do it for me, and I was like, "Here's my CD. Just I want you to have it because I'm just trying to network a lot more." And I left my Instagram and everything, and yeah, I just went uphill from there. Like we became friends. We met up at McDonald's and just fucking talked about everything and like music, and we just became more and more friends. And now we're friends with these two cool DJs, and they're like DJs because I DJ, but like they don't grind it as much. I mean, I don't grind it as much as they do. They're really like tapped in with that local scene. Like they've been to like as much venues as there can be in Miami, and that kind of helps a lot because that's how I got the community radio shit because they were able to refer me because they knew I DJ'd. I just don't have any sets up or like publicly post it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can throw a set. Yeah, I can throw a set. And yeah, just reaching out to people in the scene who make music is just like a nice way to like help grow and shit. I think those are like the two main reasons on why I'm so like tapped in with like the Miami scene. And going to shows too helps. I'm not gonna lie, because you can really get a feel of like. Honestly, no. Honestly, bruh, like I've done shows here, but like the only shows I've done here in Miami are like DIY with my band, and like I've only done like the DJ sets at fucking the Miami Community Radio thing, and I've done fucking this one event, Crosshair. It was at Nova. Then I got to meet a bunch of cool people. It's pretty much all I can say that like the local scene. I'm not gonna lie, the local scene in fucking Miami's kind of dead if you're not a DJ. If you're like a person like me, bro, or like fucking Miami, it's like it's cooked here. But you know, you gotta at least get your name out in your hometown before you try reaching out to other places. It's like chain of events, the internet, you get cool with the people in person that can like give you opportunities, and then after capped out on like what you can do in your hometown, you start moving other places, and that's pretty much how it went. Because now I don't even have to worry about like getting shit here in Miami. Like I fucking did a set in Montreal and New York, and like that's it just goes uphill from there pretty much. As to any shows that I've been to that I mean in Miami, I went to a Tisha Korea and Kochai show and like a skate park, and then after that was Enjoy, and then after that was Xavier, and then I think that's it. I haven't been to that many shows here to be honest. Or I probably have. I just can't think of it off the top of my head
There
because
was a
I
like
don't fucking.
454 pop up thing too that you were at, right?
Yes, holy fuck! How did I forget, bro? No, yeah. During Art Basel. Oh my god, Art Basel's next month too. This was almost a year ago already, but it was me, Miami, Dorian, and Run Along Forever. They all came. Oh, and Polo, and they came down to Miami to shoot some videos, I think. But while they were there for like the week of Art Basel, 454 and Denzel Curry were also doing this like cookout thing by this store, and so we all went there. How was it? I think me and Miami we took transit over there, and then we met, and then Dorian met up with us. But me and Miami got there early as fuck, so we got to like meet 454 like in the store with like no people in there. So like, we were like the fucking new gen fans. They're like, hey. But we just ended up getting there early because we woke up early because transit takes fucking forever. But yeah, I spoke to 454 and we just spoke about music and shit and like Ableton, and yeah, it was a pretty chill ass conversation. And then after there, we just went outside, checked out the cookout because they had food trucks there, and they had games out too. And me and Miami were playing Jenga, and fucking Denzel Curry just comes out of nowhere, and he like pretends to knock over the fucking Jenga tower. He's like, "Man, fuck this game, fuck y'all," and he's like, "Nah, I'm playing, bro." And we're just standing there like, "Bro, what the fuck? You trolled us, man. We got fucking trolled by Denzel." And yeah, that was pretty much it. I think the day before I met Polo too. I was walking around with the 3DS, so I just took pictures whenever I could. I think the only picture I was able to get was me with 454. I wasn't able to get one with Polo. I took one with Polo and Heartstop. Yeah, at the skate park. That was pretty much it. It wasn't really a show, to be honest. It was more of just like a giant hangout
Mm-hmm.
because Dorian's in Miami. When is Dorian ever in Miami? Or like when is the next time we're gonna see Dorian in our hometown? So, and we also hung out with Quanic. Honestly, that was a pretty fucking awesome weekend. That was the best weekend ever. I'm not gonna lie. Like me and Miami, we woke up early as fuck to just like go out and like hang out, and that was pretty fucking fun. Yeah. And then a few like 2 months ago, 454 did a show here, and I went, and it was 21 plus, and I'm 19, but I was like, because at the Enjoy did the same show in that same venue, and I forgot to fucking pull up with my ID, and it was 18 plus, I think. So I was like, I forgot my ID, and they're just like, "Here, find it." They're really chill. So yeah, I was able to get into the 21 plus 454 show, being a 19-year-old, and honestly, I would have preferred it that way because like the crowd was so incredibly chill. Like the previous show I went to before that one was the Garden, and that was like the worst people on earth. Like no fucking like crowd etiquette whatsoever. And I get it, it's the fucking Garden. Like there really isn't no rules to that shit. But, like that shit was bad.
No, my friends had
No
fake blood poured on them when they went.
fake blood poured on them, bro. Dude, I was fucking packed like a sardine, bro. Like that shit was like arm to arm. Damn near. I don't fucking even remember a single thing from that show, to be honest, bro. Because it was loud as fuck too, and I didn't bring earplugs because I just don't wear earplugs. And I was like pretty much at the front. Like I was dead ass at the front because I somehow always managed to get the fucking front. Well, not the front. I was like behind this one person, and that was it. But dude, it was like packed as fuck because everyone wants to be in the front. Like it's like it was 18 plus, or I don't even think it was okay. It might have been 18 plus, but like it's just a bunch of fucking high schoolers, just like fucking or like weird ass fangirls that like draw them like with like fucking tits or some shit, and just like trying to push their way up top and like trying to get their attention. And like, dude, it was the worst fucking show ever. And like after that, I went to the 454 show like 4 months later, and it was like I was scared because like, why is no one like, why is no one fucking shoving and pushing to get to the front? And I was at the front. I like because I got there kind of early to watch fucking Hopper, like DJ Hopper's fucking set, and so I was there at the front just watching, and then Pig the Gemini started playing first, and I was there. I recorded the whole thing on my phone. I'm not gonna lie, I have the whole set saved on my phone because I was at the front. I was like, you know, when is this ever gonna happen again? But yeah, I think those are the only shows I've been to here. Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much it.
I probably should get more tapped in with the local scene where I live because I live in Austin and there's just so much music stuff going on. And I have some music friends, but like I'm not really involved in like what's going on with like shows and stuff. But I probably should.
You know, like regardless of like what type of music they make, I think you should just either way like just like tap in with them because like you never know, bro. Like we have fucking 1C members being in like a fucking screamo band. Like you realize how fucking small the world is because like the fucking group that I'm in, I have a homie named Neo, and he's in the same band with them. So there's like a little bridge going on, and it's like you never know the people you meet in person or like that make different music. They're gonna like put you on or just like shout you out or just like So there's something good to come out of that. To be honest, like that's the whole good thing about the local scene that I don't think well, unless you're a fucking dickhead who just like loves being a fucking shitter, then yeah, the local scene is a beautiful place to be involved with.
Mm-hmm.
But always make sure to like don't get too involved. Make sure to keep your own lane too, because you get too involved, then you just start sounding like everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Moving on. So you noticed Departed today, but you went for a long time. You went by man on night mode. Before you
yeah,
change your AOS in 2023. So
yeah,
when you have a device on night mode, you're probably ready to go to bed and go to sleep. So what are
yeah.
some of those memorable dreams that you've had?
There's this one dream that like I find so funny, where it's probably like my favorite dream. It's probably the only dream that I remember because now I'm trying to think and I don't remember any other dream. Actually, no, I have another one that I wrote down, but it's literally me in the living room, the dining table, and there's this cup of coffee. So I sit down and I drink this cup of coffee, and I finish it, and I'm like, wow, That was a really good cup of coffee. And I fucking wake up. And I wake up. And I was like, what the fuck? Was that really just my dream? But did I really just fucking dream that I like went into the living room, sat down, saw this cup of coffee, drank it, and then woke up? I was like, my brain did my brain forget to fucking write a script? Like, what the fuck was that? There was another one too, where I went to this museum, and I was there with a friend, and it was like this guy, this dude with like a green raccoon fur hat type shit walked by, and I jokingly said, "Lol, is that Frank Ocean?" And then he turns around and he says, "Come on, man, really? How come no one says is that Pharrell Williams?" And it was Pharrell Williams. And yeah, I thought that shit was so funny, bro. I don't know why I found it fucking hilarious, because it was just like I could just imagine him. It was really corny too. It was like on some like corny cartoon shit where it was like, "Really, man? How come no one says I look like Pharrell Williams?" And then he turns around, it's like, "Pharrell Williams." And yeah, those are like the only dreams I probably remember.
Mm-hmm. I've had one that's
I
kind
don't
of
know.
similar to the first one you talked about, where when I was in high school, I had a dream where I got up, I like did my whole morning routine, I got on the bus to go to school, I got to school, and then I woke up. I had to do it all over again.
You had to live through the Groundhog Day curse, bro. You like saw a glimpse of like another fucking you from a parallel universe,
It
a
was
universe where everything wakes up 5 hours early.
it was weird though, cause my day like at least the morning played out like eerily similar when I actually did it, but it was probably because I was thinking of the dream the whole time.
Probably. I don't know, man. Dreams are weird, man. I don't. I don't even dream that much, to be honest.
No, I do a
Like,
lot. I think the most recent one I have that was like notable was chapters 226, right?
yeah,
No, I had a dream that me and him were like meeting up, but for some reason, instead of like me going to like him to meet up, we were going on a plane together to go somewhere. So I don't know, but like in my head, it's like we hadn't met up yet, even though we were on the plane together. And then he pulled out this giant like MIDI keyboard that was like the length of the entire plane, like from his backpack. And I was like, wait, we're gonna make music there too? What? And then I woke up.
I think that's the coolest dream ever. But I think I realized recently that like I can only remember dreams if I get woken up and then go back to sleep. Like if I after I sleep once, like the usual like REM cycle or whatever, and if I get like interrupted or like disturbed and like I wake up for like a split second and then go back to sleep, then I'll remember my dreams and I'll wake up and I'll be like, "Oh shit, I fucking dreamed." But yeah, that's like the only way I can dream. Cuz if nothing like disturbs me, then I kind of just won't dream, or like I'll forget it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just forget what happened. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
And what was the reason you changed your alias from in on night mode?
I just didn't like it. Like it was too long. It was like a pain in the ass to write, and it was also just like a dumb inside joke that me and my friend Rome made in like middle school. So it's like it was like literally I used to go by like another artist name, but then one day like while we were recording that diss track to our friend, he was like, "Bro, what if you just change your shit to Men on Night Mode, bro?" And I'm like, "Fucking bet, whatever." And I did it, and it just stuck with that for so long. And I was like, "Okay, this kind of I'm starting to get more fucking exposure now because I had a song with fucking Miami, and then that shit got fucking so many plays, and like I got like exposure, and it was like, do I really just want to keep using this fucking dead meme
Mm-hmm.
as my artist name? So I just switched it up. Yeah,
No, that makes sense.
and,
Yeah,
yeah, pretty much.
I had the same thing because my old artist name was like a thing I made up as a joke in like sixth grade, and I had it
Yeah,
until like sophomore year of high school, and then I dropped it.
yeah, man. It's like it all starts off with the shitty meme name, but then you kind of like boss up. That's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of bossing up, so one of my favorite songs of yours that you put out a few months ago is Big Wings, which is a very motivational, upbeat song. That makes me feel like I'm on
Like,
top of the world. Of course,
yeah,
to get to that point, though, you have to have some personal development, and you actually have a song called Grow off your album Uncertainty from last year. So, what are things that you think you've improved on, whether it's like you as an artist or just like you as a person?
I think, bro, I think as like sonically, sonically, I just like fucking. There's always room to progress and shit. Cause like in between those two songs, like I really like I've gotten better. Cause like I hear uncertainty and like it's not really well mixed. I'm not gonna lie. Like if I could go back and remix everything or like give myself some like advice, I'd probably like it'd probably sound a bit more better on the mixing wise. Yeah. There's some songs on there where it's like ear piercing and it's like it's cause I didn't know how to fucking like level anything. But you gotta do what you gotta do. And then Big Wings is just like a song that I made like on a random ass day where I heard this sample and I was like, wow, this is beautiful. Let me see if I can make this anything. And then I was like, let me see if I could fucking spit on this because I'm home alone. So I did that. And that's why the song is so short. But yeah. It's like it's both a personal and a sonical thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like because I'm not the same person I was when I made Certainty, nor Big Wings. You know, it's constant change, constant growth. It's just a matter of like, can you make music while that little period before you fucking grow again and like hate it? Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. No, but on Trinity, like the 18L outro, dude, the My Life in Art sample, that's been like my favorite song this year. So I was like, what? When I heard it.
I'm not. I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember all the songs I sampled because that song is literally just samples.
Yeah.
It's everything. Everything there is like a giant like collage. But if you recognize it, then yeah, it probably is what you're talking about. But actually, no. I think I know what is it. The
It's
thing is,
like the guitar
I think
part in it.
yeah, because I got that from like I was going through like Joji samples, like songs that Joji has sampled, and I think he used that, and I was like, let me use the same chops he did. So I downloaded the sample and I did the same chops like the way he did, but I just like did it my way. Yeah, it's just a bunch of like sound collages, just like key matching and like all that shit. Oh fuck, I dropped my phone. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
pretty good song. I'm not gonna lie, it's a nice ambient piece.
Yeah. But yeah, I like what you're saying though. I do think it's cool though with all your projects. It's like I don't think like past you could have made like the stuff you made now, like with each thing that you've done.
Yeah, I mean, I was making shit on a fucking iPad beforehand, so it's like I don't think I could even like pitch the fucking sample correctly. It's very much music that shows off what I can do at the moment and what I've learned.
Mm-hmm. I know you're talking about koala earlier though. That's like super powerful. I know a lot of my friends use it if they're just like at work or
Yeah,
something.
Koala Sampler's amazing. It's really good. It's a nice like sampler slash like DAW because like they're like you can like chain it up with like mix buses and like honestly the only people I see using Koala are like people who make like lo-fi or just like soul hop like
Mm-hmm.
it has all it needs to be making that type of music. But yeah, it's a really good DAW if you want to make that type of music. But I had to like I obviously switched to Ableton. I don't use it that much because like I don't be making that type of music that much anymore. And plus I can make it in Ableton, but it's a very specific thing to have like me if you had like a DAW and then you didn't and now you have your phone. You can just use that. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Moving on. So you've released a lot of music over the years, especially on Bandcamp, which is stuff that dates back to 2020. But my favorite body of work that you've done so far has easily been Route 88, which is one of the most fun rap albums that I've ever heard, just in general. And I haven't been able to stop
Mm.
listening to it since I first heard it back in October. Because I heard Fuck With Me as like a single. And
Yeah, I dropped it as a single.
yeah, that song still like blows my mind. I realized it was on that album. I listened to the whole thing, and it's just really, really good front to back. I think. So how did that album like come together?
I was very like for that album. I was very much 454 and Quinn inspired because Quinn was dropping mixtapes, and I think Miami too. Like just like I was seeing how other people like were able to make so. Oh, and Yamamaya too. I was just seeing how they were able to like make songs like like rap songs so easily and like quickly, and it was like why don't I do this more often? So I made a beat and then I would rap on it, and then yeah, that's pretty much how that whole thing went down. And then yeah, it's just like I made that thing in like a week, I think, because I would like yeah, I'd get home from school or some shit like that, and I'd have the house to myself, and I'm like, okay, let me see if I can cook up today. Yeah, just pretty much. I don't think I had any outtakes or like any songs I scrapped. It was all just like a quick little mixtape to have fun with. See if I could rap and shit. But yeah,
Yeah, it definitely gives that vibe. I think it also gives really good like guy in his room making music vibes, but like in a good way, if that makes sense.
yeah. It's like you know how there's like bedroom pop. It's like fucking bedroom rap.
Yeah.
Like yeah, because I made all that shit on my bed. It's uh it's a nice little album just to have fun too. Well, now to me that album's more of like it's like a nice little period in time that I like to remember because everything was so nice and cool.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the album, I'm not gonna lie, if it if I could change the album cover, I would. But like, I like the album cover for nostalgia purposes because that picture is like basically a year old already, and that's when like all my friends came to Miami and visited. Like, actually, let me see the album cover again because I low-key forgot. But it's and I was like getting into like tagging and like making up my own like art style. So it's like yeah, and I was like I just put like a little like vintage like filter on it that I have on Blender. That's it. That's actually Miami and Tropes on the album cover on the computer, and then I'm the one in the red shirt.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably I think there's like an unedited picture on like that I used to have on. It might be my Bandcamp profile picture. I don't know if I changed it, but that picture that I used for the Route 88 cover is yeah. I think who took that picture? I think it might have been Quantic that took that picture. It was just a nice time to be there. I was just there with all my friends, and they were making cool shit. And like it was December, I think too. That was when all that cool stuff was happening. I was like, let's make a happy album.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make a happy album. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and then my friend wanted me to ask you this actually. Like, what's your like mixing sauce? Because I feel like your songs have a very distinct, like warm, like slightly textured, like sound to them.
Depends on on like each song, I guess. Because depends on what genre and like how I want the song to sound like. I would just like make it sound different. But like specifically Route 88,
Yeah, or like just like your beats in general.
oh my beats in general. I mean, I just try to make sure that the beat has enough high end and like shit. Because my master saws is like there's this little piece on Ableton. It's called like the vintage tape thing or something like that. And I just turn down the saturation, overdrive, and tube saturator, and then it kind of like acts as like a limiter. Yeah, it acts like as a limiter, but it doesn't like it keeps like the distortion aspects to it, so it will never. It has like a nice clipping distortion or whatever. I'm not too sure. And then before that, I put like an EQ and just turn up the high ends. Because yeah, I kind but honestly, you just play it off by ear. To be honest, I play everything off by ear. If something sounds too low, I'll just turn it up.
Mm-hmm.
That's as per sauce. I don't really have that much sauce. I just kind of like I have like little presets that I make for myself, but that's like not even sauce. That's just kind of like to make the workflow a lot faster. Because with beats, it's like the same shit every time. It's just that and the EQ. But when it comes to other shit, that's when like you just gotta be creative and just like throw on like a tape, like fucking Chow DSP on there or some shit. That's pretty much it. I mean, it's all about texture when it comes to other shit that isn't beats. I've been playing around. I've been playing around too with like texture on like beats and shit. But when it comes to like just like casual beats, then yeah, it's like there's not that much sauce or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just like how like I can tell when it's one of your beats because it has the distinct like texture to it.
I think I've had some people tell me that, but like I don't really hear it to be honest. And I think it makes sense because like I don't think I'd ever recognize it. But like I'm really interested in like how other people perceive that because like I think I've had Miami tell me that, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
like if you were to see it, it's kind of like that one saying people say where it's like if you were to see yourself walking in the street, you'd probably like wouldn't recognize it. Like I wouldn't recognize how my own stuff sounds like. So it's like that kind of like interests me. Like, how do you know I made this? Yeah,
Yeah. Speaking of that project though, so dep4rted is mentioned on a few songs. I think it's even one of the song titles. And your most recent
yeah.
EP, Devolve, also references computer games with its Town with No Name cover art. So, what draws you to computer games specifically, and what are some of your favorites?
Honestly, with Bennett Foddy, I haven't even like, I don't even have getting over it. That was just because fucking Tropes loves fucking getting over it, and it's like Bennett Foddy is a funny ass name to start. It's like a funny ass line to just have in there, just random getting over it. Shout out. I
Mm-hmm.
honestly don't play fucking video games. Like I, I don't, I don't want to seem like I'm a busy man, but I really don't have time for video games because it's either I'm doing shit in real life or just like when I'm not doing shit in real life, I'm like cooking. And if I don't cook, then I feel like I'm wasting time. And I like playing video games every once in a while if it's with friends or like I have my laptop on like and we're just like casually like chilling. I'll just like play fucking Geometry Dash or some shit. But as my favorite games, which is like probably the only games I've played, Portal, both Portals, all Portals, every single Portal, even the fan games, Half Life, Half Life Two, Geometry Dash. I've been fucking grinding that shit since like elementary school. There's this game called Off. It's really cool. That's like that pretty much set the whole basis for everything. I've played Neon White. Neon White is it's a really fun game. Yeah, again I don't really play that much video games, so I couldn't really name all of them off the top of my head. I liked Lethal Company. Playing Lethal Company was fun as fuck. Minecraft, I guess. Minecraft and Roblox, but that's like everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone is Minecraft and Roblox, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really play that much video games.
Yeah, that was not how I thought that question was going to go. I thought you had some deep connection to him or something, but I guess not.
No, I really don't. Like that the whole thing with like the track names being video game related is just like a pure coincidence. I'm like, wow, when you put it like that, yeah, kind of makes sense. But no, I don't really play that much video games. I'm
And,
lame.
mm-hmm. Not to your lame. Mm-mm.
I'm not a gamer.
No, I'm not really either anymore. Like, I think since COVID, and honestly, like, I haven't really been into games as much.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I've been trying to get more into video games, but like honestly, more specifically CS2, because fucking I know Miami, Tropes, and Quantic all play CS2, and I'm like, I want to get in some of the action, but I just don't know how to fucking play. It's like I suck at fucking shooter games.
No, me
Not
too.
that I suck, but like I've just never had the time to play or like figure out how that shit works. Like, and honestly, because I don't feel like going up the fucking rank ladder. Like, I don't feel like being a noob. I'd rather just not be a noob than to be a noob.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, no. When I played CS:GO with my friends, we always played on like like custom maps people would make. We wouldn't ever go in like actual lobbies because I knew I'd like die if I did that.
Yeah, like the heck, too competitive for me, bro. Fucking Quantic is fucking cracked at CS2. Like, it's actually insane how fucking deep the CS2 rabbit hole goes, bro. Holy shit. That's so fucking funny.
Mm-hmm. And what was your reason for the Talent Name cover?
The what?
The like for the Evolve EP?
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I almost forgot about that. But it basically it's some like old ass like Microsoft like 98 fucking video game some shit. I was just like I forgot specifically what I searched up on Google to find. No, I was going through video game soundtracks and I had found this one video game that had a really nice like PC 98 type ass soundtrack. And the little picture that came with it looked cool. So I searched up the game and I found like a bunch of screenshots. And that was one of them. Yeah. I chose it because it just looked funny as fuck. Like it was just like whatever. It was a whatever thing to be honest. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it really matches with like the sound that much, but it's just a nice thing to look at. It's I just didn't get it from Pinterest. That's all I gotta say. That's my flex right there. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I guess I read into that question like way too much when I was making it. Because I thought, oh, maybe you had some deep connection to this game, but no, you just thought it looked cool.
Yeah, I just thought it looked cool. I mean, the soundtrack and the game itself, I just don't remember the name. I forgot the name, which I wish I could remember again because like I would get more screenshots.
No,
But
it's the Town with No Name is what it's called.
oh really? How the fuck did you find that out?
No, I Google image searched the cover. I found like a
Oh,
brutal moose video on the game.
oh well, fuck yeah. Then I guess yeah. It's I don't know. Like I searched up the game and it was like your average like points and click game, and I was like that one screenshot. It just looked funny to me.
Hmm. I do know
Yeah,
there's one song from the soundtrack that gets sampled a lot.
from that soundtrack.
Yeah, I don't know if you know who Shrimp is, but like he has like a decently big song that samples it.
I mean, I sampled it on some like I have this like little side project that I'm working on where it's like I'm just making a bunch of like Silent Hill type ass beats and what's it called like trip hop type shit. And for the intro, I have like the that shit as the intro. I just ran it through like a bunch of fucking delay. But
Hmm.
yeah, it's the only thing I know about that game and the soundtrack.
All right, well, you might not play a lot of games, but we're about to play one together. Because in
Oh
these
yeah,
interviews, I like to do rock, paper, scissors with the guests that I have on.
oh
And
yeah.
I beat Zapdiox in the last interview. So I'm now on a 2-person winning streak. And I'd like to make that 3 if possible. So
Fuck yeah. All right.
yeah, rock, paper, scissors, that's 2 out of 3. And then close your eyes when you do because there's a little delay with the camera or whatever.
All right.
All right.
I'm not.
Okay.
I got you.
Rock,
Can you see my
paper,
hand?
rock, paper, scissors,
Okay.
shoot. Ooh.
All right.
Okay, so I'm up
All right.
1.
Are we doing best out of three?
That's out of 3, yeah.
All right.
So it's not over yet.
All
Rock,
right.
paper,
Rock, paper,
scissors, shoot.
scissors, shoot.
No, it is over. I just won. That's it.
Over. It's so Jover. Fucking Jover, dude. You got your 3 winning streak, dude.
No, I'm so bad because I was on a 3-person losing streak before this. So
3-person losing streak, and now you're up by 3 person winning streak.
Yeah, I think I had to get humbled before because I was on a four-person winning streak before that. I think I like forgot how it felt to lose, so I kind of needed that. But
It's the struggle before the shine, bro.
it's like I wasn't
Oh
hungry when I
yeah,
was winning.
you weren't as hungry, bro. Nah, that's funny though. That's funny. I forgot about the whole rock paper scissors bit.
No, everyone always forgets to like catch them off guard.
No, yeah, like I knew about it, but like I forgot. Like I saw you did it with fucking Isaac. It was pretty funny.
That's one I wish I could redo because I feel like in that interview, like I didn't really know how to structure them yet. So there's like very little like on his actual music in that one. Like everyone just says you talk about food in that interview because that's like half of it.
Fucking interview about food, bro. Jesus, wow, it's a pretty awesome interview. I'm not gonna lie, food interview.
But yeah, like since that one specifically, like I've tried to make them more. I like make sure to have questions specifically about like their music and like their process and all of them.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense to be honest.
All right, moving on. So I know you went by Man on Night Mode before, but now you go by
Yeah,
Departed, which begs an important question. So, given that departing means leaving, what are some things that you miss? Whether it's like a specific, like maybe just like a person, a time in your life, like a specific thing, whatever.
there was a time, just like I think what we was talking about earlier, Art Basel last year. Just hanging out with a bunch of friends. I went to Montreal this summer. I think that was pretty cool. I missed that because I wish I would have had more fun there. I miss New York, even though I was just there like 3 weeks ago. But I miss New York. I miss when my band would like do a lot of DIY shows, and we were just fucking trying to get gigs anywhere. And we had practice like every single day. That shit was fun. There was a moment where I was able to use my dad's car for like 3 weeks because he was on a business trip, so I had it all to myself. That was pretty fun. I miss that because I was just able to fucking take it out whenever I wanted to. There's a lot of moments and periods in time that I miss, but like those are the ones that catch my attention the most. Yeah, pretty much. Trying to think now. It's not that much to be honest, because I don't really miss out that much. I don't miss stuff that much, but like I kind of like to sit down and reminisce, you know, because missing would just mean that like I would want to like for it to happen again, but it's like not the same as the first time. So it's like it's nice to reminisce on those rather than to miss. Nice to sit down and be like, yeah, that was a nice period in life instead of like, oh, what can I do to fucking feel this grand euphoria again? But yeah, it's pretty much my thoughts behind that.
Mm-hmm. I know for the New York show you did recently, didn't the venue owner get like arrested during the show?
Yeah. Yeah, well, not during my part. I was able to do my set fair and square, but the thing I wasn't even there for that either because me and my friend Joey we had a dip like right afterwards my set. Like we went somewhere else and we like saw on fucking Isaac's story that the venue owner got arrested and we're just like, what the fuck? That shit was funny. That shit was funny because I already like I saw the venue owner. I'm like, yeah, she's a tweaker. I'm not gonna lie, she looks like a tweaker. But I didn't think of anything else of it, and then she got fucking arrested. I'm like, bruh, is this how New York venues be getting down, man? Because in Miami there's like no fucking venues, and then New York it's like the venue is outside, and then this crazy ass place. But
It's like a weird like shack thing, right?
yeah, yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
I know when ZC Kill Me organizes shows, they're always at really, really weird spots. Like I know when I went to one over the summer that he was performing at, it was in a
Yeah,
church for the communion show.
was that a church?
Yeah,
Dude, a show at a church would be amazing. It would be a church show. That sounds fire, bro. I'm not gonna lie. My dream venues are Waffle House and Zoomies. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, the Zoomy, I might get a Zoomies one next month, to be honest. Let's just hope that happens because it's looking pretty good so far.
Ooh.
Zoomy shows.
No, me and my friend
Yeah.
Elijah were talking about this, but we thought like a cool idea for a show would be like one where like it's at a roller skating rink and the artists like play on the side like as you skate around.
Yeah, that'd be fire, to be honest. A roller skating rink. I mean, DJs kind of already do that. You could probably somehow set it up so that you could do that. I think that might be doable. People roller skating would probably just like be like, "What the heck?" But that's a vibe.
Well, the idea is that they're coming for the show. You're not just like there.
Oh yeah, true. I mean,
Although the crowd
but I
probably
feel
couldn't
like
be that big though if you did it, because
I think they'd be too busy skating or something like that.
it was like
I
supposed to
don't
be a
know.
background thing. Like I think it probably
Oh,
would be
true.
like a DJ set kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Like imagine if it was
Then
like
yeah.
Boiler Room, but you roller skate.
Okay, then that's fire. Yeah, that'd be fire. Low key, I've been trying to see if I could get a DJ gig at this ice skating rink that's like by my house. Because I know they have like a setup and everything, but I would just have to see how I'd be able to get in there, and also like see if like they have like a certain type of music that they want me to play. Because like sometimes these venues be fucking stingy with the way like I can't play fucking Daria Core at a skating rink. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's
I
absurd.
don't know. I picture like violins, but I think of, like ice skating rinks. Like really majestic like classical music.
I might pull an Echo 2K boiler room set, bro. That might be the place. Yeah.
Cause I don't know, I just
Yeah.
can't picture like a bunch of like heavy like four on the floor like stuff where you're ice skating like that. That doesn't feel right.
I mean, the ice skating rink is chill. It's chill. Especially with music. Music helps a lot too. Like I don't know how to ice skate that well, but like I think one core memory is like in 8th grade, me and my friend Rome went ice skating, and the fucking DJ played "Earthquake" by Tyler, and that was like when it freshly dropped, and we were both like, "Yo!" That shit gave us powers. That shit gave us powers while ice skating.
Mm-hmm.
It gave us that boost. That boost. Yeah.
No, I had a similar thing because I went roller skating for my friend's birthday like a few months ago, and I hadn't roller skated in like a decade, so I was like busting on my ass for the first half. But then they played, I forgot the song name, but it was a song by Thundercat, and then I locked in after that.
Dude, no, yeah, it's always crazy when you're like in those like environments, and then they play like a really like you gotta know to know song, like a fucking if you know, you know, you know. Those who know, those who know, bro.
Those who know.
Those who know. Yeah.
Something I do know is that we've been talking a lot about your solo stuff throughout this interview, but your work exists far beyond yourself as directly produced for artists like Tropes, Heartstopmiami, and ASCII. And you're also part of the band Ladybug. So, what do you look for when you want to collaborate with other artists? And then, who's people you'd like to work with that you haven't yet?
It's like whenever I do beat collabs, it's like I just kind of make a beat or okay. Here's the method. Well, there's not really a method, but honestly, like you just kind of like become friends. Like you just gotta make like because all these people they're like my friends, and like I'm like, hey, can I send you some beats? And they'll like, yeah. And if they like it, they'll rap on it or do something with it. And that's just how it goes for like most things. Like if I want to produce with another producer, I'll be like, yo, can I send you loops? I'd be like, yeah. It's like it's kind of straightforward. But as for Ladybug, I just bro, because like Ladybug is just like all my friends too. Like Ladybug is just like a bunch of like that's fucking Joy from the fucking story from earlier Rome. They're from like middle school, and then Carlos I met in high school, and we just kind of all became friends, and we started this band, and recently we haven't looked into like collabing band wise, but like recently we've been like getting heavily involved like Nova Gang. So Ladybug Nova Gang is real. It's real, real. Yeah, like collabs, they come whenever they come. And that's pretty much it. Like, yeah, just send out beats, make sure people have my packs. Like Miami always has my beat packs. Like I make sure every month whenever I make a new pack, I send them over to the group chat, and then everyone has every one of my friends have like my beat packs because I have way too many beats, but that don't get hit. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like might as well just start trying to give them to everybody, and like collabs too. Like some of the placements that I have with collabs have to do with the other person. Like me and Azul have a fucking Yamamaya and Quinn placement because we all just know each other and like yeah, fuck with each other. That's how things come about. It's the collab method. Just be friends.
That's the best way to do it too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's also the fucking buy method where you just buy shit, but like when you don't have racks like me, it's like better to just be friends in your circle and just like share music and make music. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then any people you'd want to work with that you haven't yet.
Honestly, like I've been trying to see if I could get like a placement or like try. Okay, I've been trying to work with Dollywood. She's an amazing producer and has fire ass flows. So it's like I wonder what we could make if given the chance. Polo Perks too, but like I don't think I have any beats that would fit Polo's sound, to be honest.
It might be
And
too fast. Yeah.
yeah, like I fuck with Polo's music heavy, and like I can literally I can send him beats right now, but like I just don't have anything to like show on the table. Like I've sent him some beat packs, but like now that I listen back to it, I'm like, oh shit, these aren't that good to be honest. Like I don't think these hit that much, but it's whatever, you know. 454, I feel like I could definitely make some shit with, just because we both use Ableton and like when we were speaking, I was bringing up fucking niche ass references that only like you would know if you like really dove into his shit. So it's like I feel like we could make some cool shit. And I gave him a USB with a bunch of beats on it. But I think he was traveling at the time, so it's like I don't know if he fucking might have lost it or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, most likely. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I'd love to see, well, not collaborate, but I would love to see how like most artists make their music. I'm a visualizer. What's that one fucking Marvel character that just like sees the other fighting style of like other people and just copies it? Forgot what it was called, but whatever. I like seeing how other people make their music so that way I can like get inspiration and ideas from. And like I would love to see how fucking Eve's Tumor cook up the help. I guess the garden too. It's like they have very unique sounds that like I just want to see how they're made. Like I want to be in the studio and just
Mm-hmm.
like see, not necessarily collaborate, but just like witness and like just observe. I guess I'd also want to work with Quinn because I feel like me and her got like similar tastes when it comes to like samples. I think. I mean, she's used my sample playlist before, so I gave her like my fucking Spotify sample sauce. It's like I just put like a bunch of songs in there, and whenever I want to sample something, I just hit shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
I know Dorian and Quinn have that. I'd be down to collaborate with them more often, but they're doing their own shit, and I can respect that. And like you know, I'm doing my own shit too. But those are some collabs that I'd be interested in seeing, like how shit would play out or like how it would sound. It's mostly like if I want to collaborate with someone, it's just to see like how our sounds would like or like what we could come up with.
Mm-hmm.
Tropes too. I mean, I have my fair share of like bank method placements, but I want to start getting on more of that like experimental like ambient stuff that I know fucking they like. So it's like, yeah. I mean, then again, I'm just always sending out my beats, so it's like whenever the opportunity comes.
Like when it
Like I'm
happens, it
not,
happens. So
yeah, I'm not trying to go out and like, you know, fucking be like, please work with me. It's more like if you fuck with it, you fuck with it. If you don't, you don't. Pretty much it.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think those are the only collaborations I can name off right now.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
feel you with the wanting to see like how your sounds like mesh together. Cause I don't know if we'll be able to pull it off, but I want to try to do like 5 collab EPs with like different artists next year, and just do like a different thing for all of them. And
Yeah.
I've like talked to people that I want to work with, and they all do pretty different things. So I'm excited to see how that ends up panning out.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to just like try to like see how like two sounds blend together or like the shit you can make with just two similar brains. I mean, I don't know if I would be able to like collaborate with people who don't make or like our sounds like don't sound similar because I could always try. I mean, like I've made my fair share of like every genre, so it's like I could try, but it's like I'd rather keep it to similar sounds because that way it's like you get to really just like hone in on focus and make a better craft out of one sound instead of trying to like mesh two, you know.
Mm-hmm. And then moving on. So you've already put out a lot of great work, and I'm excited to see what you do going forward. And you've actually shown me a little sneak peek of what you've been working on. So what should people expect from you going forward?
Well, right now I'm in like a point where it's just like I've been just more taking in than creating. I haven't really picked up like my guitar, like my mic to like make stuff like other stuff other than beats because like beats are easy. You just sit down and fucking make a beat and then just save it. But I haven't taken the time to like actually like try to work on something new. I have that thing I showed you, but that's like already like pretty much done. But I'm trying to see if I could get tropes on the second song. But I'm like, do I even want to drop this anymore? Like I'm in that stage where it's like everything I have already is like starting to outgrow itself.
Mm-hmm.
Or not outgrow itself, but like it's starting to like I guess sound not good enough to post or whatever. Or like I don't really like how like personal it sounds. But I know I have to, I'll drop it. Like I'm definitely gonna drop it because like I'm not that type of person where it's like it's not good enough. I'm not gonna drop it. Like de-evolve, like I don't like it that much, but I dropped it anyways because it's like if I don't drop it, then like I'm just not gonna have anything on my fucking portfolio. You know, it's like what if people do like it? It's like whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna end up dropping that. But like I'm right now in a state of mind where I'm more observing and just like taking in everything around me rather than trying to make some new shit. Yeah, I haven't picked up my guitar in a while. I've been practicing, yeah, but like I haven't recorded any guitar shit. I haven't like recorded any vocals either. Yeah, I've just been kind of taking in the area around me and just like seeing where I want to go from there. Or just like when a spark or like a cool idea hits, I'll probably get to working. But like so far, I haven't had any like urges to like make anything. But I haven't stopped. I haven't stopped like entirely making stuff. I've just been keeping myself occupied with other shit like Photoshop, making like flashes for my friends, trying to see if I can like if I should make like a rollout for the thing I'm working on. Yeah, I mean, I haven't made anything in a while. Just kind of doing other shit to sum it up. Uh, moving forward, I guess like a lot of like more collabs with like other rappers and shit like that. I've been working a lot more with Problem and just trying to see if I could send out my beats to more people. Yeah, that's pretty much. I don't really think about moving forward. It's more like just like the grind,
Yeah.
pretty much. It's just the grind. So I just go wherever the wind takes me, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'm very excited to see when that album or that whatever that project is called. I don't know what you call it, but I'm very excited for that. It feels like kind of what you're doing on Uncertainty, but like more developed, I would say.
I mean, yeah, it's like it's more softer than uncertainty. If anything, like that whole like project is like more personal, and like uncertainty was like more of just like me trying to like it's like me trying to like showcase what I could make at that moment. And uncertainty, I mean, this project is more like trying to turn like feelings and emotions into sound. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I'm not really trying to show off anything. It's more like it's more just me like expressing myself. But I'm still definitely gonna drop it though, because yeah, I like it. But there's some points where I'm like, should I even still drop this? Like, is this still the play? Or like, should I make something better? Is this too personal? Like, I don't know. But yeah, and I'm probably gonna drop it underneath fucking the Planet Zero name. So I'll probably make some like CDs or cassettes or like I'll see if the people really fuck with it, then I'll like try to make some merch or like CDs and shit. I've been also thinking about trying to like make videos and like more like kind of like a rollout for it, I guess. Because de-evolve, I just posted it without telling anyone or anything. I just kind of like put it up there because like I didn't care that much for the project. Like I don't like it that much, but I put it up anyways. But for this one, I do care about. But it's more of like, should I be putting this out? Like, it's kind of like embarrassing to put this much about me out there. But you got to do what you got to do because there's some. I don't think I've put out anything that sounds similar to it, to be honest, except for like two songs. But like, I'm just trying new stuff on that basically, and like, it's kind of nerve wracking when you put out stuff that you're new to making
Yeah.
because it's like everything's like you don't know everything. Like I know, like in a few months or like probably like a year, I'll re-listen to him and like the same thing with uncertainty. Like I didn't know that much stuff when I made it, but I guess that's part of the process, you know.
Yeah. And would you say that your projects usually have a pretty like short development time for them?
Yeah, whenever I make beat. Oh wait, what do you mean? Like
Like your
my projects?
projects. Yeah.
Oh, my projects. I mean, for this one recently, it was just like it was a combination of like old demos that I had and like ideas, or like it started off with one song, and then I just kind of snowball after that one, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a project that sounds like this, like the first song that I made. So I'm gonna make another song that has the same like textures and like feelings as the first one, so that this album can have like a concept or something. Well, not a concept, but like it sounds like sonically like identical, so it's not too everywhere. But yeah, I mean for that one at least, I think that one's like it took a month to make completely because some songs take longer than others. Some songs get done in a day. Some songs I save for later to do mixing. Some songs, I record guitars on like other days and shit like that. I mean, there's not that much of a time thing for whenever I make shit. I just kind of like when it's done, it's done. Um, yeah, I don't really know how much it took to make that.
You know, because I was gonna say, because you're talking about like outgrowing, like you feel like you've kind of like outgrown that project. I've had that issue too, because there's an album I've been working on for almost two
Yeah,
years
like
now, which scares me to say, but there's some beats from like March of 2023, and I know that I've done like way better since that now, and like the mixing is weird on them because I was doing like my old method on them, and it's like kind of an
yeah.
annoying thing when you improve as you're working on something, and you have to like go back and like bring the old stuff up to where you're at now.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's normal. That's normal though. Like I've come to learn that that's just the way things are. Like obviously you're gonna make something and then in a year from now you're gonna like kind of low key cringe at it or just like wish you would have done shit different. And that's why I'm like so at peace with just dropping like shit that I don't like anymore because it's like it's normal. And people either way, it's like it's more of like a personal thing, but other people aren't gonna know.
Yeah,
So I'm just gonna drop it anyways. Because I know people that do go through that and then they just don't end up dropping anything or like releasing or like pushing anything. And it's because like they're too ashamed with the fact that they know more stuff now and it sounds like but to them. But if you don't get past that like mental threshold, then you're just like never gonna end up dropping anything or like having anything out on your profile and people are just gonna be like, this guy doesn't make shit. You know? I'd
hmm
rather have a full ass portfolio than to just not have anything.
and I think that brings us to a pretty good closing point. So, as the episode comes to a close, is there anyone that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Everyone. No, I'm just kidding. I'd give a shout out. I have lots of people. I wanna shout out fucking Ladybug, all four members, including me. Shout out Heartstopmiami. Shout out fucking K2. Shout out New York. Shout out New York. I'd love to go back to New York. Shout out Waffle House. Shout out fucking Los Verdes. Shout out Chipotle. Shout out the Breno. It's a really good sandwich. Damn, I'm like too hungry to think of shout outs right now. I'm about to eat some good food after this interview.
No, me too. I gotta get lunch after this.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, shout out all the group chats I'm in. Shout out Time to Get Together. Yeah. Shout out all my friends. Because if I were to go through all of them, I'd fucking like read a whole list. Shout out all the people that fuck with me. Shout out Viblen. That's pretty much it. I don't want to keep going because then I like gave up after the second one. I gave up after just like trying to name people individually.
Because then you don't want to
Yeah.
forget anyone, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean I don't want to forget everyone, but like at the same time it's also impossible to include everyone.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're like you didn't shout me out, yes I did because this what I'm saying right now counts as me shouting you out. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, shout out all those people, and shout out dep4rted. Thank you for doing this. I had a lot of fun. Some very interesting conversations. I feel like I learned a lot. All of his links will be in the description down below. So if you don't know his music, you should go listen to it because it's super duper awesome. I also have 3 of my favorite dep4rted songs in the Hidden Driveway playlist that are on Spotify and SoundCloud. So if you want like a little intro to his work, go check that out. And is there anything else that you would like to say?
Have fun. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm Amu. This has been the Hidden Driveway Show. Goodbye.